Hello YouTube and welcome to my channel Editing Reading Land. My name is Eddie and today I'm bringing you my favorite depictions of the Judgment card. Okay guys, so like always, I am going to show you 2 honorable mentions and my 3 favorite depictions of the Judgment card. Now, before I do that though, because of course I have to go on a tangent, the first start of the video, my favorite depiction of the Judgment card is actually from the Paulina Tarot by, oh gods, Paulina, I don't remember her last name. I'm gonna have the card over here with the name of I'm sure that my husband is going to put the name of the tarot in the video somewhere. But yes, this one is, or maybe this one, this one. I don't know where he would decide to put it. I think he will decide over this side, maybe. I'm not really sure, but he'll figure it out. Doesn't matter. This one is my favorite depiction of the Judgment card ever. I love this because this is both a great depiction of Judgment for the Rider-Waite-Smith deck and also the Thoth Tarot. I am not certain how Paulina pulled this off, but she did. And love the white. The contrast with the ivy and the child that is being born from the from this bloom or this blossom or this, it's so good. It's so good. So yes, this is my favorite depiction of the Judgment card. The only reason why I don't have this deck is because unfortunately most of the other depictions from this deck I don't very much like, and especially because the deck has a tendency to be convoluted and I don't like that. So, but yes, so now moving on to my first honorable mention, and is the Judgment card from the Whimsical Realm of Oddities Tarot by New Round. Now, this is the only Judgment card that is like the Rider-Waite-Smith deck depiction that I like. There's something about this angel, well, I say angel, but it's more like a demon. This demon, this skeletal being a puppeteer and calling on these poor people over here with a puppet that looks angelic or is supposed to be this benefic sort of being calling upon them. It's just so good. There's something heretical about this that I just enjoy so much, and it's done so well. I think the reason why I very much like this Judgment card is because it's just that bit offensive. There is no other reason why I love this Judgment card. Well, I mean, I love the colors and I love the art is extremely beautiful, and I love the fact that it is an homage to the Rider-Waite-Smith, but it's also satire and it's also poking fun and again these poor people over here, and there seems to be this manipulation going on with the Judgment card, which usually wouldn't work very well because that sort of manipulation, that puppeteer sort of feel, works better for the devil, in my opinion. But New Round just, they were so creative with this. I would never have thought it, but yes, there's this feel of manipulation from a calling, spiritual calling that they're poking fun at that I very much enjoy. And you can see on the grin over here in this being, he knows exactly what he's doing and he knows how evil he is and he doesn't care. So love that for the Judgment card. So moving on, the next honorable mention is the Judgment card from the White Newman Tarot by Alba Ballesta Gonzalez. Yes, Alba Ballesta Gonzalez. The reason why I love this judgment card is because, well, it's fascinating all on itself. I mean, there's this third eye that is being ripped open from this woman, and there's a sort of feel of shedding your skin like a snake that I very much love. But we're just seeing the beginnings of it. It's almost as if she's going to reveal this more monstrous, or maybe not even monstrous, but this more divine sort of being that she's a cocoon, and there's this elevated existence that is just going to spew out and transform, like it's a transformation almost. It's just so good. I also love the creativity that Alba put into this judgment card, because it's really hard to create something new for judgment that still translates as judgment, and it's not the the dead people with the angel or the gates like in the Todd Tarot. It's just so amazing for me, and I actually love the colors on this deck as well. And there's this look that this person has of, yes, I know what it's about to happen, and I know that you're not gonna like it at the start, but I know that you come to love it later. It's so good, but that is exactly the judgment sort of feel, right? There's this awakening that's happening. There's this calling to do something. There's this rebirthing of energy, and it's just so good. I love this so much. I love it. I don't know if you guys can see, but there seems to be also like a shadow self in the back, and I thought that was incredibly fascinating for the judgment card as well. It's very out of the box, and it works. This is one of those times when out of the box works. And I think that's why I like this. But moving on to my favorite depictions, and the first one that we have is the Judgment from the Mariel Tarot, and here we have this beautiful phoenix bursting into flame. We know this phoenix is about to die, but we also know about the phoenix is that it will rise again from its ashes, and yes, that is the same thing, that rebirth, that awakening that I love from the Judgment card. There is a release of energy, and I love the fact that the Judgment is the trump of fire, and we are seeing that release of fire, that explosion of fire here. And we know that right now, yes, it means death, but it can also mean healing. It can also mean cleansing. It can also mean sanitizing. So yes, very much love the Judgment card in the Mariel Tarot deck. I like seeing phoenixes for the death card. It makes more sense to me, but for some reason there's this agony that the judgment that this phoenix is feeling. It's showing us, and it's making me feel like it's okay to feel these things, and usually that's not the feeling of the Judgment card. There's no okay feeling with the Judgment card. There's an awareness, there's an understanding of things need to happen, because maybe not bad things, but certainly bad things, of course. Situations and things happen, and I know that we as humans, we provide meaning to those things, but that doesn't necessarily has to be one. And I like the fact that there's this phoenix here showing us that yes, pain can also be healing. It can also help you heal, and it's just so amazing to see it on this on the Judgment card. I I love the colors. This sort of orangey red. Very much love this that for the judgment card. It makes total sense to me, especially because being the trump of fire, um, in association um, with the mythology of the phoenix. It just totally makes sense to me. I love this. Um, I also like the fact that this is a very odd looking phoenix. We usually see, well, not that this is not beautiful because it is, but we see more um, elegant, more beautiful, more stylized phoenixes, and this phoenix is just like this uh, tense sort of. Well, I mean, because it's about to die, so I guess it merits that. But I don't feel uncomfortable watching it. I don't feel uncomfortable knowing that this phoenix is about to die, and the phoenix is showing us that it's being vulnerable, and it's showing us that it. Well, I'm not really sure. I will need to. I have to go back and read on the mythology, but I think that phoenixes, they do choose to isolate themselves before they burst into flame. And I love that this phoenix is exposing itself and being vulnerable and showing us that, this is just another cycle. This is something else that happens. There is no life without death, and I'm seeing this on this depiction, and I love that. Okay, I'm gonna keep harping about phoenixes and firebirds, vermilion birds. But the next one is the Awakening card from Terror of the Abyss by the talented and fabulous Anna Torian. This is my second favorite depiction of the Judgment card that I own because, again, we are literally seeing this being losing its former skin and being transformed into this more divine, more ethereal, more elevated sort of being. And I very much like that for the Judgment card. I don't typically like when they change the names for the cards, but this one I don't mind at all. Especially because we can clearly see an awakening here. There's a layer here of leaving your former self behind and welcoming your new self. Starting from zero from another being. I love that. Yes, this is a more shadowy side of the Judgment card, especially because it is really difficult for humans to accept the fact that we are in constant change, we are in constant transformation. There are things that we need to leave behind in order for us to move forward, and love that theme in this Awakening card over here that Anna has drawn. I also like the sort of agony that we can see in this depiction as well, like in the Phoenix. But in this case, it's more human, and we can empathize better with this person because we can actually relate to this person. I think that we all been here. There's been times in our lives where we're just this sort of person, right? We agonize things that we can't control. Especially if we have dealt with grief, or we've just had a really big blow in our lives. I mean, who's to say, right? I love the fact that we can see that over here. There's this theme of pain as healing, or a pain as a sort of conduct, or a way to acknowledge that you have worked through a lot of stuff, and that pain has helped you develop as a human, or develop as, or grow as a person. Very much love that. Anna did a great job with the whole tarot, actually. And this is Tarot of the Abyss is one of the few tarot actually, it's the only one of the tarot that I own that have two depictions for the Three of Swords and the Ten of Swords, the numerological in the Decan meaning of the cards. And I just love that. Love that. Of course, I switched it to the numerological because that's me and I love that. But yes, moving on to my favorite depiction of the Judgment card that I have, and here we have the Eon from Tarot of the Starbound Fantasia by Taylor Ellis. Now, yes, love the colors on this. There's a feeling of expansion for this Eon card, but I just love the fact that we're able to see growth and rebirth and awakening and all of these good themes that I love from the Judgment card over here. And I'm thankful that there are no people that are being rebirthed with this sort of being over here in this flower. I just don't like the biblical implications of the Judgment card. It's not for me, not a depiction for me. But this is this is the dawn of a new era, the welcoming our new selves into our life, and there's the celebration as well that is happening over here, and these prizes or rewards that we're getting because we have been born again. We have learned to do something, or we have achieved something by working really hard, and this is the new version of ourselves here. The most significant reason why I like this card is because it reminds me that I'm the best version of myself that I can be at this moment. I am a person who, well, people, I guess, think that I'm very pessimistic when I think that way, but we are never good enough for most people in our lives, but we can be good enough for us. Not to say that we can't grow or develop, and I don't feel at all that we should stop developing or growing as a person, even with the acceptance of we are enough for ourselves. There's always room for growth, but I do strive and I do my best to be the best version of myself that I can be, and that's one of the positive feelings that I like from the Judgment card, and this is perfectly portrayed in this card. The fact that I am the best version of myself at that specific moment is exactly this. Is this new rebirth every single time. We all make mistakes, and it's okay, because the only way that we're able to grow and be the better version of ourselves is by making mistakes and learning from them and making sure that we don't make them again. But if we do, being aware that we can do better, can definitely do better. All of this I'm seeing in this Eon card. There's such an enjoyment in this card with the feeling of being wrong, of making mistakes, and being okay with it, that I really, 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 really like. Not that we deserve prizes for it every single time that we make a mistake, because of course not. But we do deserve better feelings and better thoughts for ourselves from our own selves. It's so daunting and exhausting when people are very self-critical or they're very destructive with themselves. It always makes me so sad. But that's also one of the shadow aspects of the Judgment card, and just makes me wonder if we are all capable of accepting that fact that we're in constant change. And already saying it, I already know that that's not the case, because there are so many people out there who don't embrace change, and they just want to they don't want to learn. They don't want to expand their knowledge and their mind and their culture and their whatever it is to make them a better person. I guess that's a reality, but I like that we're seeing that expansion here. As you guys can see, there's this energy coming out from this little being over here. And by the way, this being is a sort of like a weird version of the Justice card from this deck. I should have brought it because the Justice card is also black and white, and he's holding this little bit of star over here. I love the fact that he just looks humanoid enough. We can relate with it, but not as a whole. I love that. I very much love that. But yeah, here we go. That's my favorite depiction of the Judgment card, the Eon from Terror of the Starbound Fantasia by Taylor Ellis. Love using that deck. I always have such a great time using that deck. But there you go, guys. Thank you so much for being here with me. Let me know in the comments below which one is the favorite version of the Judgment card from the ones that I've seen or yours. I'll be happy to find out and talk with you guys in the message. But thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, YouTube. My mom was talking about me helping her wrap presents, and I was like, Mom, the only thing that I'm going to wrap that I'm going to wrap this year is my head around the fact that I made it with my mental health intact to the end of the year. So maybe next time. Oh, I need a thumbnail for this one. Judgmental.
Judgmental? Wait.
Because it's a judgment card.
Be judgmental then.
Like.
How do you look at your husband?
Okay. Hello YouTube, and welcome to my channel, eddieinreadingland. My name is Eddie, and today I'm bringing you a tag. Do I have to start all over again?
Yes.
Why can't I be human?
You can be human, but not today.